I had some tea this morning and I wanted to try and use the tea bag in some way that was photographic and somewhat cool. So I'm gonna do this little setup over here. I have the tea bag set out on top of a mirror. I'm gonna use a macro lens to try and capture the reflection at something around this angle. I'm gonna try and get it black all the way around. I have a softbox on one side and a beauty dish on the other. I'm going to use my 100mm macro lens and I'll see what I can get. So now I'm going to turn off all the lights, set up the camera, and see if I can get this shot to work. So this is kind of working, but I'm not sure I like the composition. I gotta try and experiment with it. Alright, so I might have gotten something kind of interesting. I'm gonna go bring them into Lightroom and see what it looks like. So now going through these pictures in Lightroom, this subject wasn't quite as cool as I was hoping it would turn out to be, but I got a few shots that were okay. So the first setup, the tea bag on the mirror, you can definitely see the reflection. It's pretty cool. Quite a bit of detail in here. Going to develop. So I did some minor corrections here, before, after. I just basically changed black levels and some clarity. So the next thing I did with this image was I didn't really like the logo so much. So I went into Photoshop and I removed it. I cleaned that up just a little bit. So made it a little bit more interesting. Then our next shot, there's a ton of detail here. The 100mm macro is pretty amazing. Another similar type shot. This is kind of a fancy tea bag, so it's some kind of mesh, and there's actually fabric twine. The last shot was a dangling tea bag in the middle of it, the air. So each one is kind of interesting, but nothing really special. I took my 3 keepers into Photoshop, and I merged them into one image, so slightly more interesting. Still, it's not an award-winning image, but you kind of get the idea. So I hope you found this interesting. Thanks. Bye.